second. Let me just link you the stream real quick. So I'm gonna stream the replay on Hitbox.
Yep.
I just sent you the link on there. Should be like really low delay.
Okay.
Should be like a few seconds. So let me know when you actually have it loaded.
Okay. Alright, it's loaded.
Okay. And what time is it right now? 19, 20?
19, 20, 21, 22.
Alright, perfect.
I want to note that the start of this lane kind of went pretty poorly because I took a very bad early trade.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to do golems because I'm playing with my duo.
Mm-hmm.
And, what was it? I ended up auto trading with Ezreal because I figured since I had Silver Bolt it'd be fine, but I completely neglected the fact that Raka is Raka. So the start of the lane goes bad, but then we managed to turn it around.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's good already that you're going to do Silver Bolts. Don't need to complain about that. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go to Vayne. When you play against like Raka Ezreal, you basically are 100% dependent on Blitz to do any sort of plays. I doubt like Soraka or Ezreal will play like a potato and sit on the wall for you.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much a farm lane for you, but it's convenient in the sense of Raka's never going to engage on you either.
Yeah. We had miscommunication because he thought it would go big one, but I went little one. Because then after you kill the small one, then I'll tank the big one for a bit and then swap back to him.
Yeah, you guys should have just like pulled it away. You guys could have taken less damage if you had kited it away to the left and then kited it back to the right and then swapped aggro at least 4 times.
Yeah.
But him just tanking the entire time then switching aggro only once wasn't a good idea.
Yeah.
I definitely... Okay, one thing with Vayne is it's more beneficial to take Fervor. I mean, yeah, it'll be beneficial a little bit in lane for you to take Decree, but in like...
Oh wait, did I take Thunderlords in this match?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I don't usually take Thunderlords. I think I had a different mastery page then. My bad there.
Let me just make sure I wasn't saying anything. Because now you're starting to make me question myself. So... Auto attack Ezreal. Oh. Okay,
yeah,
never mind. That was on you. Oh, my bad. My camera was in like a weird position. I thought the decree went off on Ezreal. Okay. Okay, never mind. My bad.
I had like a bad click there and I ended up missing Ezreal on that right click and I just like walked forward. That was bad on me.
Okay.
I've been trying to figure out better mouse speed for me that's a little higher but more comfortable.
Okay. I know this is gonna be like really obvious to complain about, but watch for how the minions are walking into your tower and prep them appropriately.
Yeah.
Like the first minion here, it was clearly gonna walk into range, so you didn't need to auto it again.
Yeah. That was bad on my part. I've always been pretty bad at prepping the creep. Yeah, we got a free kill here. I flash head. I hit 3, skill condemn, roll past them and pin them back.
Okay. That's fine. Oh god. That was
right
so
here.
Close.
Yeah, right here Ezreal misplayed. He accidentally queued Blitz instead of me.
Yeah.
I thought I would die there, but...
Okay. So, let's go over this again. Okay, my personal preference, condemn second, especially if you're playing with Blitz. I'll even skip Silver Bolt if I don't end up doing Golems first. Reason being is because you're gonna end up doing more damage in this situation. If you have condemn first. So, I mean, obviously you can have it here, which is fine.
Okay.
And then the first thing was the flash here.
Yeah, I didn't need a flash.
Yeah, all you have to do is keep walking up to him, and then walk up through. 1 second. Let me get my paint.exe.
Good old paint.
The best program in the world. Okay. And then just started walking up this way. Because all you needed to do in this situation, just walk up parallel to him and then cut him off. Because Blitzcrank is going to force him down if he lands his hook, which should be given in this situation.
Okay.
So just walking up that way, because that way you could more easily dodge his first round of Q, which would be behind minion.
Alrighty.
And then you might have needed a flash later on if you took that path, but you wouldn't have taken as much damage.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been as close.
So in this case, he should have killed you if he played properly, but he didn't.
Okay.
Okay, so that's like one thing, but whatever. You guys ended up killing him anyway. So you need to ask him to shove right here. This is like huge problem. He's not attacking anything.
Okay.
You have to be shoving. As soon as you kill him, him not shoving fast enough means it's gonna freeze like right before his tower, which means you guys are gonna have to stay here another 30 seconds or 20 seconds. And you don't know where Shiv is. So if Shiv was good, she'd be taking advantage of this, but she's like a potato right now.
Yeah, this is this definitely took way too long. I think I told him right here that we needed to do it because I realized like how behind before we were gonna be before they get back.
Yeah. Because now look, Ezra only lost like 3 minions, because that took so long to shove. So that's a problem. You should have been more behind.
Okay. Now if I'm playing those blitz, even if we're doing golems, is tumble still fine to take then if I want to get E level 2?
I wouldn't do it as with blitz because he has no sustain or anything to literally help you. But if you have it with any shield supports, like Janna or Lulu, it's fine to take you. You'll take a little bit more damage, but I feel like it's more reasonable to have your tumble up than it is to have your silver bolts up, because then you can outtrade level 1 as soon as you get to lane anyway. With silver bolts, you don't have that option unless they dive you, which they shouldn't in the first place at level 1. I'd dive you like tower, but walk into you. Oh, and then here? Okay, nice. Okay, still get up. Okay. So you go Blade of the Ruin King first.
I went and worked this game because I noticed they had Nautilus Shiv.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I felt like it would be better for kiting Shiv.
I mean, it's also okay depending, especially in high elo. Like, it's not high, but
yeah.
You have Vamp Scepter for Soraka, so you can sustain, especially if you take Harass. The optimal thing would have just been going PD first, and then grabbing a BS sword wherever you can. And then finishing PD. BOTRK is fine in this lane. If it was any other lane, I would have gone PD, like, no exceptions.
No, man.
No questions.
Now, when I'm duoing, if we want to like be able to win lane and carry, should we be taking Ignite more?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay.
I haven't taken Ignite in probably like, I haven't taken Exhaust, my bad, in like over 50 games. Whenever I play support, I always take Ignite. Okay, lack of focus.
Yeah, he accidentally ignited to Ezreal. I'm like, wait, what? Or was I too far behind?
Okay, so that was fine. But you should have just walked up and not tumbled first.
Yeah, because I could have got an auto off.
Yeah.
Cancel it.
Oh god. Okay. You guys should have backed off as soon as the other wave started coming in. Okay, so auto.
Yeah, I was like way too close. I should have tumbled there.
Okay, and as soon as you see the second wave start coming, you guys are already too far. You guys 100% lose any trade here. And the problem is, in this situation, Blitz is also following Soraka. He should just go on autoing Ezreal, and you should as well, because Soraka's already too far up. And she's about to have her Q up anyway, so she can heal off you guys. If you guys keep pushing up anyway, so there's no situation where she'd be dead. But she messed up completely because she didn't use her Q. I don't know why. I guess she's new or something. But if she played it right, she shouldn't have died, and they would have gotten a double.
Okay.
So immediate focus to Ezreal in that situation would have been the best idea.
Oh yeah, I don't know what Ezreal was doing here.
Oh my god. What? Tell Gragas to back off. This is good for you. It's pushing. This is no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's shoving it, but what the hell?
The ironic thing was these were I played against those people last game and like we completely just flattened them, and then like we got into like champ select with them and they were just toxic as hell. I'm like, okay, I know why they lost last game.
Yeah, this guy being a garbage can. What the hell?
All right, I have to pay attention to that when I'm dead.
Yeah. Hopefully, like they don't AFK for you telling them to do this. I wouldn't suggest like doing
Spam
the caution ping. I would just be like, hey Gragas, please don't shove or something. Something trying to be as nice as possible.
Yeah.
Especially since you already know this guy's toxic. But anyway, he fucked you right here. Because not only does Ezreal not lose a wave, but you're losing a wave now because of Gragas. You lost 2. Because you shoved the first one and then you lost minions on him.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like I shouldn't be trading here because of Soraka. Is that correct, or is like it fine because I have lifesteal?
No, it's correct. Because you have to watch out for the level 7 plus area, where now Shiv is level 6. She's level 6 now. She's like a little bit behind. But in that situation, like again, if Shiv was good, she would have capitalized on that because you're not lifestealing quick enough to make it worth attacking Ezreal. Only go in if it's if Blitz can grab Ezreal or Soraka, or if you see Raka's out of HP potions, it would be viable to trade. But she came with lane with 3 biscuits, so there's no way you're gonna be able to do anything.
Alright.
Oof. Oh my god.
That took a lot for her ass.
Okay, you're in a crappy position. So, okay, he's autoing. They're behind minions. Okay, but as soon as siege minions go to the right, and you guys have vision in river and brush, you can start taking over this area. And the reason you want to take over this area is because Ezreal wants to stay behind minions, right? So he's going to want to stay here. But if he wants to stay there, look what there is. It's a wall, okay? So if you guys end up going into this area here and just kiting right behind this minion, you have a bigger advantage. Oh shit. A bigger chance to tumble forward and like condemn Ezreal into the wall. And at the same time, if Blitz is also like walking around in this area, you can just walk up. Probably get silent string early if Soraka is good. She'll place it like here, so Blitz can't walk directly up. But you have the chance for Blitzcrank to go up and pressure Ezreal that way. So take advantage of this and then the position of this. That's the place Ezreal wants to be, but it's also the place where you can punish him for being.
Okay. Yeah, so since it's like a wall, it's just no way for Blitz to do anything there either. So like we're just in a losing situation because of it.
But this is now perfect because Ezreal fucked up and it's gonna be pushing to you. He sucks at freezing, which is good.
When's a good time to be freezing?
Whenever they
Besides,
have.
like when you have a lead, obviously, but.
Well, okay. Obviously depends on mid laner, jungler. You know what they want to do. If top has TP or something. If you guys have a deep ward. So let me name a few situations. You guys end up getting like a deep ward somewhere in the second brush, and top is ready to TP in, or mid if mid has TP, and then where your jungler is positioned. So, besides the obvious one you said, if you're ahead, what can Gragas do in this position? He can't come if you guys are pushed up, so you want to freeze somewhere below so that he can come from somewhere around and gank and guarantee a kill. Okay, so yeah, and so at this point, you can choose to freeze. If you're paying attention, or if your team's paying attention, this should be obvious that they're doing Rift Herald. So in a situation right now, you can just start zoning Soraka, Ezreal. You guys aren't ahead, but Ezreal and Soraka can't engage on you, so you always have the upper advantage because you guys are the aggressive comp for bot lane. So you can always just start zoning him in this situation, force Ezreal to farm with Q, which might make him miss a minion or two, but he already has his tier up, so he's in an advantageous position to play defensively and just hold it for a while.
Okay.
Is that clear enough, or?
No, I understand.
Yeah. So, okay. What is? Okay. If he ignited as soon as he pulled.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah. Unlucky. What? Tumble forward, taking 2 tower shots. Oh, you flashed and stuff at you. Okay. So you don't need to be that aggressive. You shoved him out. You burned his heal. That's good enough. There's no other reason to just keep diving him because he has Soraka anyway, so can't be that aggressive. Right now in this position, he has the upper hand. You can't do anything right now besides get zoned. So just grab golems, unless
Yeah.
Gragas is coming. But Gragas is coming, so you're kind of okay.
I think right here I saw Gragas coming and I knew I could possibly like heal bait, so
Yeah, I mean it was fine because Gragas decided to come, but
it was still bad for me to like take that much damage for free in the first place.
yeah. But theoretically, if Gragas wasn't there, just go get golems because you're still in some sort of position where you're not completely disadvantaged. Right, this is good. So you guys get tower, and then Shyvana's going in, maybe. Okay.
Alright, right here I still wanted to play up.
I was confused why she didn't like go in from the beginning. Wait, was it? Yeah. What the heck? I'm confused. Shyvana doesn't know how to play.
The only reason I was still that far up is because I had heal, but
Yeah, I mean you're fine. I understand the logic, and it's okay. You weren't gonna get punished. So this game after BOTRK, you should be going like PD Runins or PD Shiv. Reason being is because Nautilus and Shyvana are gonna die you, and that's 2 tanks, and you want to like maximize your damage output on your W.
I think I get PD and then I get IE and then I get another attack speed item.
Okay.
I did it a little differently. Is that okay, or should I have gone? Like, would it have been more optimal if I got both the attack speed items?
Both the attack speed. I would only get IE if they have 4, like their jungler being someone who's not tanky, like Master E, and like because with Master E you want to kill him as fast as possible, and the way you kill him as fast as possible is with IE. That's how you kill more squishes as fast as possible. But because they have 2 tanks and those are the primary damage dealers, the way that you're going to kill them as fast as possible is by having 2 attack speed items. And that way you also carry Shiv more easily because she has crazy movement speed in the first place.
Okay.
And then, so you wouldn't have to go 3 double attack speed items immediately. After PD, I would definitely opt for QSS, just in case you run into TF anywhere, and then gone for the attack speed item after that.
Okay.
So he's not a huge problem, but you're in an advantageous position to split 1v2 or 2v3. and be able to win those against TF Soraka and Ezreal, as long as Blitzcrank has Ignite up. Because if you guys what is it?
I was gonna say, since the bots pushed and everything, I was fine to rotate mid, right? Or should I? Alright.
You should always rotate mid when the bot's pushing. You want to have as much map pressure as possible.
When's a good time to go bot and farm? Like, because I notice like a lot of times I have to choose like when I see bots pushing towards us, and my team will we'll have like 2, 3, or 4 mid, and we'll be looking to push the tower. Should I like ping them back and go bot and pick up that farm, or is it more worth it to like continue with the team if we think we're gonna get something?
So if they don't have wave clear, and one of their team, or somebody on their team is bottom, then go ahead and keep pushing mid. You can trade 1-1 at least, and you can get the tower because they can't wave clear. But if they have somebody like Anivia, or I don't know, Brand or Ziggs, Lux, excuse me, they'll be able to wave clear fast enough, and you guys won't be able to pressure mid even if it's 5v4. So then in that case, you want to go back bottom. The only time, like, if you can trade or win it, that's when I would stay mid. Because it's more advantageous to get mid tower than bot tower, so you could always trade it that way. But if there's no way of you guys being able to push it and get it in one shove, then go ahead and go bottom.
Okay.
Because your team should be wave clearing instead. Dang, they're going so deep. In this case, like, it would have been advantageous if you were mid, because they went really deep, like a huge dive, and you guys, you would have come out on top. But there was no way of you knowing that they were going to do that ahead of time, or that your Talon would be so completely out of position that he would let him do that. So slightly a guessing game in that situation, but it's less of a guessing game if you pay attention to like how Talon plays, because in general he doesn't take advantage to anything. Like, he misses a lot of positioning in general. That's why he's 1-1 in the first place. 1 death, 1 kill.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, I didn't know where they were, so I was just like, I played back for a second to see if they'd show up on the map.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I still don't see Shiv and Soraka, so I was just gonna back.
So, yeah, just buy, and then go towards Dragon. So their entire team is here. They can easily regroup and go mid.
Was it more worth to buy the Berserker Greaves instead of just getting Zeal? Or is it preference?
I think
I already had brown boots.
So versus Shiv and Nautilus, I would go Berserker Greaves, just because you want to be able to dodge the hook and have more movement speed for Shiv. Especially if Lulu isn't there whenever the fight happens. You were completely out of position here. Holy shit. Okay. But otherwise, if they don't have like huge movement speed to take advantage of you, then go ahead and get Zeal. If you have the ones who lock people down, like if you have Braum and then you'd be okay. And if they didn't have Nautilus and had like Trundle or someone else instead, then it'd be fine to go Zeal.
Okay.
Okay, nice. Holy shit, barrel. Oh, you missed the auto.
Which auto? Oh, that was close.
Okay. Okay.
I also noticed like there's a lot of times where I do misclick. Is like
Yeah. So
I wonder if is there a better like, cause I'm A clicking. Is there
really? How are you
Yeah.
A clicking?
This is A clicking. I'm not kidding you.
What?
And, like and sometimes like I'll click the ground next to him, you know, and then nothing. Maybe I have an option different, but
Wait, then that's not A-clicking, that's right-clicking.
no, I wasn't like right clicking on them though. Like I was a clicking next to him, and like sometimes it will just not do it.
Okay.
Because I noticed there were two different settings in options. There's one for what was it? Closest to cursor or closest to person? I think I have it closest to cursor.
Yeah, do closest to person, I guess. I didn't I didn't pay attention to that because I'm pretty sure by default it should be like to person. So, because I was about to complain like right here, like you just walk into Shiv, you wait a second before you auto attack her, so you like wasted damage. But
Yeah.
I mean, this is the max you can do. And then you switch to Soraka, and then you cancel your auto, and then you tumble it forward.
Yeah, that was a lot of misplay.
So you haven't gotten the
Watch
kill.
that either, I don't think. Yeah, it was heavily misplayed.
Okay, but as soon as this happens, I mean they're all low, so you guys should keep pushing and get mid tower.
Okay.
So this is fine.
Yeah, I think I'll go into a custom after this and try to look at it.
Okay.
Because I used to like,
Okay.
because I swapped to playing mid for a while and I never had that problem. And then like, I would say within like half a year, I played AD,
Mhm.
like majority of the time. And now I just strictly play AD, and like I notice that happens on a lot of occasions it happens to me, and I'm just always thinking like, I don't know, is a click like busted, or is like there's something wrong with my options, but I can never figure it out.
Yeah, because that's really strange. If I A-click, it like always targets a champion. Like, I never have any problem with that. I find it really weird for you because it's like honestly seems like you're right-clicking, because when you clicked, during that fight and Shiv ulted forward, you right-click. It looked like you right-clicked because you literally changed direction and it looked somewhere else, and it wouldn't attack Shiv.
I just remember a clicking next to her, and I just walked forward. I'm just like, oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that was really strange. Okay.
I think I'm out of
You
position
should
here.
walk towards your team here. You're giving Shiv too much area to get away. And then she goes back in? Why? She could have gotten away if she went the other way. What? Okay. I don't know what she's doing. Your team's out of mana. Gragas would have maybe caught up to her, but Soraka was up. Okay.
God, I feel so bad saying that because I feel like it sounds like an excuse, but I'm being honest here.
Yeah, that's fine. Just try to fix that. Because honestly, I've never come across that problem, so it's really weird for me to hear that you're having it.
Yeah.
But once you actually get it, fixed in team fights like that, it's 100% you should be A-clicking. It's way easier than trying to right-click into a pile of people.
Yeah, I A-click I'd say like about 90% of the time, unless like I'm like trying really hard to like kite to a certain spot, like with the Callista.
The only time I don't A-click, and my hand fucking is in pain, is when there's minions, or there's like any other like Malzahar or something, and he has this creep. Then I automatically like right-click, because you can target the creep if it's closer to you, instead of targeting Malzahar. It's harder, but you gotta practice everything, I guess. Get good at everything, even though one thing's harder than the other.
Yeah.
So this entire time, their team is like MIA. This is so much missed time to get Rift Herald. Like, you gotta watch for this. This is so much opportunity just to switch this and then grab it and then start shoving mid. If you guys had Rift Herald like a minute ago, when they like Shiv was dead, so she was coming up at the same time everybody else was, and same time as you, but you should have pinged your team to get Rift Herald, because by that time you'd already be able to go in and grab Rift Herald and start pushing mid really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this was good. Lulu's really low. This is not a situation for you guys to keep pushing mid. This is another situation where you guys can get Rift Herald before Baron spawns. I don't think you can get to it in time anymore. You guys would have 25 seconds because it goes away at 19:45. At least unless you guys already started it.
Yeah.
So right here, you have Ezreal can wave clear and TF can wave clear. Lulu's low, Talon's backed, and Blitz already used his pull. So there's no reason for you guys to be here. This is a mistake.
Okay.
Just wasting time right now. Holy shit, so deep. What?
Yeah. I don't know why you watch.
Everyone's playing like a potato.
It's a clown fiesta, dude.
My favorite. Holy crap. Like, they mess up so much, but so does your team. And it's crazy. Okay, nice. That was unlucky.
I should have walked back there. I shouldn't have tried for that auto.
Yeah.
I think I might have still got gold card, but at least would have been further back. Maybe Lulu could have shielded me.
Yeah, and you were taking tower, okay? That was the important part.
Yeah, I definitely went way too hard.
Okay. But optimally, and like the safer path, assuming their team wasn't going to be completely, downers, was to just go for Rift Herald, go back, and then regroup mid or bottom, since bottom was already shoving. Because then it would have been like you guys would be at bottom when Rift Herald would be dead, like 19 minutes in, 19:30, and you'd be at bottom in like 20 minutes, so you guys would be done with Rift Herald in like 19:30, 19:40, and then you guys would go bottom. Baron would spawn at 20 minutes. They don't really have a team to go for Baron. Shyvana's not ahead whatsoever. She can't really solo Baron. They need like 4 people at least to do Baron. So this is more like advantage for you guys to rotate bottom and then just start pushing up bottom and maybe take inhib. But the important thing would just at least tier 2 tower wherever you guys go. Okay. So you guys rotate mid. They have no map awareness. Punish them for it. Nice, nice. Okay, Talon's bottom. If Talon was here, you guys could pressure Baron. Or mid, because mid's low. TF's out of position. Oh god. Your friend needs to not miss all the hooks.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens. Everybody has bad things. But he could have literally turned half these fights around if he had landed them. Okay. Oh god.
Go with that Ezreal Q flash.
Yeah, but he missed the... I was talking about Blitzcrank because he missed the hook. Okay, you're kiting in the wrong location.
Yeah, I'm like walking towards Ezreal, which is bad, and TF.
Yeah. So... Oh yeah, TF's coming up here. Ezreal is here. All you need to do is literally like be kiting here in this position. You want to use him as your tank, like your shield, because then you would be able to kill Shyvana easily, and your health would still be like another auto, Ezreal auto up. Which then Blitzcrank by the end of that would have been like down to here, and he would have died after one more auto, and then you have to like tumble forward here and then fight Ezreal here. And then maybe you could have killed him optimally. But right now, you're gonna kill Shyvana, and then both you guys are gonna die now. Okay. But you had the potential to kill Ezreal. Potentially. Yeah. This rocket was coming up real quick too, so...
And she still had ulti at the time, I think.
No.
Because she ultied during that.
But I mean, if the RNGesus is with you, you could have killed Ezreal.
If the Soraka closed her eyes for 5 seconds and then pressed
that or consistent critting. One of those two options would have helped you there. A lot.
Oh yeah. 3 crits in a row. The dream.
It's happened before. I was supporting my friend. We were playing with Smurfing on D3 yesterday, and he went the what do you call it? Brawler's gloves or whatever, and then a dagger. First item is on Vayne, and I was supporting, and their enemy bot lane like all in on us, and he had 3 crits in a row.
Okay.
Right?
That's nuts.
When RNGesus is on your side.
What supports would you recommend playing with, like Vayne to climb?
I enjoy Janna and Lulu. It's just because Vayne scales, so you want to play somebody that scales. Blitz is fine. It allows Vayne to farm a lot more in lane. But he's not going to be the one carrying you late game. Oh shit, what?
I have no clue what I'm doing here. QSS this, I think.
Yeah, that was fine, but you're really pushed up. And then Blitz dies here. Because he gets... Okay. You have to pay attention to where your Talon's going. Because you're not in there to follow up. Okay.
Okay.
So Talon's coming... Talon's going upwards. So now you have to kite towards TF.
Okay, yeah, I went the wrong way then. I think I was just like... Do we have vision over there? Yeah, we do have vision over there. So yeah, that was just me making a mistake on positioning. That's actually big because I'm out of the fight for so long too.
Yeah.
And I'm a lot of our damage.
Yeah. So I
And
mean,
I'm way too far up now.
like with Vayne, most of the lane phase is usually just something that goes really even. You had a good lane phase to begin with. But the problem most people have is, having like consistent DPS in fights. So if you're not consistently auto attacking, you're not consistently in the perfect position with Vayne, it's gonna be hard for you to carry the game. And on top of that, you guys have Lulu, which is like the biggest, like, what do you call it, advantage for Vayne to have, especially since she's not your support. So Janna Lulu is like the perfect combo. Oh damn. Yeah, Lulu's not very good. She's completely out of position. Now Ezreal is in the state where he's like snowballing and like ahead of you until late game at least, which then he kind of falls off a little bit. You can outscale him. But he has so much defensive utility on top of him having a rock on his team. That's really hard to kill anybody unless you can take out Shyvana and Nautilus. Which again comes to the point of having the double attack speed items. Because you want to like knock them out as quickly as you can. Oh! Cancelled auto. Okay. Okay. Auto. Auto. Oh, cause you clicked on the ward.
Oh
okay.
my god. It hurts. Oh god, that was so bad by me.
And then you tumbled forward here too early. Because you thought you weren't gonna kill Nautilus.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you don't know that these guys are in here.
Yeah.
And you have your blue thing up. You should have put it in that bush anyway, because you knew the rest of them were alive. Where could they be?
Okay.
But they ran away, luckily. Okay, so now your team pushes. Okay. Shiv's going bot, so yeah, Baron call. Best idea right now. Yeah, I should start it already. Okay, started a few seconds late, whatever.
I think they end up maybe pulling us off of it. Maybe not though. I don't think it was a different game.
Okay, so you guys get it nice. Worth 100%. Okay. Why is Gragas going in? What the hell? Holy shit.
I have no clue.
Completely out of position. You're gonna die here.
Yeah, I went way too far, and my team's not ahead of me.
Yeah.
It's really bad. I forgot you can't QSS not ult there.
Yeah, it's fine. But this is like completely like you guys went from having an advantage to having a huge disadvantage.
And we're gonna
Because
lose.
now Shiv gets 2 towers. They should be at least getting bot towered. Shiv getting. She can't get a 3rd tower. Maybe if they group mid. But you should just let Gragas die by himself. That was like completely misplay. There's no reason to go in. Half your team was low health from Baron. And like no one was there for him to follow up with his ult. So he flashed forward, was completely out of position. And you should just let him die. Okay, flash for flash. Holy shit. Already tanked the half health.
I think it's definitely my positioning that needs a lot of work, though. Because I like take a lot of free damage, I feel.
Yeah. So now. Lou still has Baron and then.
Blitz also.
Okay. So yeah, at this point you guys just gotta sit mid and push this because your inhib is down and you have Baron, so you can make up for it. Okay, Shiv's going bottom. She went across your ward.
I saw a TF ult, so
Okay.
I figured the fight was breaking up, so I think I went over here, yep. I probably should have backed as soon as I saw her on the ward, though.
Yeah, you guys. Why is Lulu ulting so early?
Alright, what ult?
Lulu ults you like really early for no reason.
Yeah.
So if you had gone IE, like I'm talking purely theoretical right now. I mean, if you'd have gotten Shiv instead of IE, you could have cleansed and gotten the movement speed buff and gotten hit TF and killed Ezreal in this situation if you had gone. Saying purely theoretical.
Yeah.
The entire game would probably be different since you got IE instead of PD, but situationally it would have been bad for sure. Holy shit, how are they doing?
I think he was just trying to stop our ports because Shiv was like trying to take our base.
Yeah, but Shiv's not gonna be able to do much after. Okay, nice.
I think Gragas goes in for no reason here.
Yep.
Yep.
You timed it perfectly. You played that well. One thing for, I mean, I don't think you care because you're gonna go back anyway. But if you're kiting,
I kite Gromp back.
yeah, just kite it out of range, because then it's not gonna auto attack you. Okay. This dragon's about to come up.
Oh no, did I go Banshee? Like, I was like taking so much damage from like just magic, but I shouldn't need another defense.
Yeah, no, definitely not. You're
That's
scary
just,
when you have.
that's just poor position. I think I was just like, I was thinking I'm dying too much.
Yeah, you should have just gone Dominic's here, because look at their team. Nautilus tank, Shyvana tank, Ezreal has Gauntlet, TF has Zanya's, and Soraka has Randuin's. Literally everyone on their team has some armor. And the only like AP damage you're taking is a little bit from Shiv, a little bit from Nautilus, and a little bit from like TF, occasionally. But you shouldn't be taking anything from TF, and then besides his stun card, which you can QSS. Holy shit. Okay. So I mean, when you're playing like from this far behind, mostly like getting your team to rotate properly. It's a lot of stuff that's not on you. Besides positioning in team fights, there's not much else you can do. You have to basically focus on rotating properly and being like predicting ahead of time what position you should be in. So basically, always using Blitz as your shield. Okay. So right here, you weren't in position to do anything. You should have watched where Talon and Blitz were, because they're coming in from the side. Nautilus is gonna come in and not do anything. Even if he teleported there, you should have been able to auto attack him in time to stop his home guards. And then you would have been able to auto attack Nautilus from the beginning.
And then Shiv was in our base again.
Yeah. But this is fine, because that means you guys can turn around and push me. Her getting the inhib here doesn't matter. But
I shouldn't have had the back because I could have just came behind her. Yeah, I think I stopped my back and then.
that is too late at this
But
point.
yeah.
Okay. God damn TF, please. Look how many pings he's getting from his team. Holy shit.
Yeah.
They must have been so mad. Okay. She plays like a potato the entire game, and she's like the only reason out there still in the game because of the backdoor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think one of them gets like a Z-Rot too, and then it just Shyvana's working on a Z-Rot, and then it just got like impossible to push out.
Yeah. I mean, in this case, the only other thing to do was to definitely rush for Baron. Another thing that was missed by like 30 seconds. Because you had to do that in under 30 seconds. TF was down and Ezreal was there. So, more advantage for you guys to pressure Baron. And, I mean, since mostly above Diamond people know what they're doing, it's basically on you to start shot calling when you see like your teammates doing something completely wrong, like Talon going bottom by himself right now. So I mean, like this late in the game, you basically have to focus on shot calling, on top of the positioning problems that you're having in fights, and the occasional auto attack canceling. You turned around. Okay, you missed. I mean, like you're lacking DPS, not by much. But like in this case, you go backwards again when Ezreal's completely like open to you. Soraka's all the way on the left side, and you're not doing damage to like their carry. And then you QSS.
I think I QSS because I didn't realize my Banshees ate the TF ulti and I didn't want them seeing my invis.
Oh.
Which is just I think that was still a misplay by me because I got rooted there and I could have QSS'd that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in QSSing like TF ult because in that situation, Soraka and Shyvana were both on Gragas. Like, we'll go over it again. So focusing issue plus positioning issue. So besides you turning around, their team just got 3-man knocked up, and if you hadn't gone backwards from the beginning, you could be autoing Ezreal, or have even like condemned him into the wall when he was.
He's like near Baron pit.
Yeah, so he's out of position for a good like 2 seconds during this entire fight, but. During that entire fight, you turn around, you walk down, and instead of walking forward and condemning Ezreal here, he gets to walk away now, because you're 2 seconds too late. And so the QSS, like you don't need to cleanse the TF ulti because you have Shiv and Soraka are over here. They're focusing this way. The only two other people you're afraid of are TF and Nautilus, and the only thing that they're going to do to you is TF yellow card and Nautilus root snare. But he's too far to auto attack you anyway, so you don't need to be worried about that. So the only thing stopping you from killing Ezreal and killing TF in this situation is QSS. So that's why you need to save it for that situation and then focus on their carries.
Okay.
Okay, and then as soon as he what do you call it? He E'd forward. Switch to TF. Okay, you did. And then Nautilus ult. Tumble to the right. You could have killed Ezreal. Okay. Yeah, you need to more aggressive in the sense that you're gonna play aggressively in a defensive state. So with everything that just happened there, if you had gone from here and flashed here, look how much room you have like to condemn Ezreal into a wall here. And he's the only one left like doing damage. Shyvana you can worry about later because you have Blitz tanking or like keep knocking her up so he reduces her DPS and then Lulu's back here. But the only problem that's stopping you from winning the game is Ezreal right now. So if you had gone this way instead and just condemned him the second time now, since you missed the first opportunity,
yeah.
Now you could have gone this way, taken care of Ezreal, and then kited backwards Nautilus the entire time because he's not a problem, and neither is Shyvana at this point.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, shit. But Ezreal gets to like literally walk all over you guys, and you guys come up with a small clear. Dang. Holy shit.
This is scary.
Yeah, this is where Ezreal can like get an easy quadrant. Okay, nice. And now he's out of mana, so he's... Oh shit, he almost condemned him away.
Yeah, I was like, thank God you landed that like I literally said. I was like, I don't think my condemn would have hit. I think it would have like slid next to a wall instead of into it.
Yeah. Okay. So now, huge wave there. Now you guys have to basically go back and start shoving mid.
Yeah, so...
But I mean...
if I position better this game, from what it looks to be, it's like my positioning needs a lot of work. Like
yeah.
if I positioned, like I could have carried a lot more fights.
So yeah, so basically in general, with Vayne, late game, if you can get to late game, if you position properly, you should be able to win most, if not all, your fights. Especially if your team is competent and they support you. But like in that situation, Ezreal was #1 priority, and then TF right after. So if you had killed Ezreal earlier, it would have like opened up so much room for you guys to shove mid and get another tower. And yeah, basically positioning in fights is the only thing stopping you from really winning like really hard.
Okay.
So yeah, just work on that for now.
So, is it okay to play Ezreal too? Or is that too different of a playstyle, you think?
If you can play Ezreal, go ahead. Like I'm only saying that's my personal preference. I like to play like two champions that are equivalent in playstyle. Otherwise, I feel like I won't be as skilled in them.
Okay.
But if you can handle it with your like preference, you go for it. Oh, you QSS'd again? What?
I don't know why I QSS there. Maybe I fat fingered it when I went for Bork. I'm not sure. Because there's nothing to QSS really, I don't think.
Yeah, no. Lulu, why? Okay. You guys should be shoving here, and then like only one person to go back. What is it?
Gragas ends up trying to fight her here and dies too. I'm not sure though. Because at this point it was more of a base race.
Whoa, hold on.
Then he gets hooked.
Okay. Positioning error, okay. So Blitz is playing on the right wall, so you have to be in position to condemn immediately here. Okay, and you tumble slightly away, but you're still in position to condemn, and then you walk away from a position you can condemn it. And you don't condemn it.
Okay.
So he should have died. And now you're gonna die because Ezreal's Oh, the minion condemn.
Oh, did I condemn it? Nice. I think I was tilted at this point, but holy hell, that's bad. I should have pressed my the hotkey for hitting champs only.
Yeah. Oh god.
Do you have a different key for it, or do you use the default?
I use default. It's just what I prefer.
I've been trying to just learn to use it more lately because there's times when that happens and it turns like such a good thing into such a bad thing because you just put the skill on an 18-second cooldown.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh man. Yeah. But I mean, I'm doing it default because, at least from StarCraft, I did since I played Terran, I did a lot of Marine Micro, which basically made it so I wouldn't really have a problem with mechanically kiting in this game. But just personal preference at this point.
I think at this point I'm dead for too long, so I couldn't come back and help in time.
Okay. I mean, so at this point, the overall thing that you did wrong was just pushing team fights, and then I guess you're being greedy with condemn or something because you don't typically use it in fights. You always want to, whenever you see a fight, condemn is your best defensive spell and offensive spell. So when you're playing at Baron Pit and Ezreal has this huge time gap to kill him, and you don't take advantage of that, that's one of the reasons you guys can't turn the game around. And then other than that, you guys played pretty well in lane, so you guys should be able to snowball that pretty easily, as long as you don't die some of the few times that you ended up dying for no reason.
Okay.
Okay. And then, so, Rift Herald, you gotta pay attention to the objective more too, especially if your team doesn't. Because you have a lot of opportunities to just grab that and then start shoving a lane, especially since you already have bot shoving towards them in a lot of these situations. It ends up not being used for anything. So, more opportunities wasted.
Okay.
Okay, and then, do you have any more specific questions then?
Let me see. I think I had a notepad. So if you see a team with a lot of CC, but you mainly play Vayne, would you still pick Vayne? Like comfort pick versus counter pick? Not really counter pick, but what the team needs, or could you still pick it into it if you're confident enough in your play?
So, this team right now that they kind of have CC, Nautilus, TF, Soraka, sort of. I mean, in this situation, I'd still be fine playing Vayne into it. The only time I wouldn't play Vayne is if they have so much CC that I can't QSS out of it. So, I'm trying to think of a good example of a comp I wouldn't play Vayne into. So, if they have Rammus on top of Nautilus on top of, let's see who else has good CC. I guess TF is still pretty good CC because of his stun card. And then maybe Braum on top of that. That would be really hard to play into that team. Obviously, you can still play around it. I'm not saying you can't.
Yeah.
I would still maybe play it depending on what team I have. So if you have Morgana on your team against that kind of comp, perfect. Okay, 100%, you're good to go. Or if you have Lulu Janna, that's fine. But if you don't have somebody who can help you peel off CC or kite around their team, then I wouldn't play into it. If I had Leona support, I wouldn't play Vayne into that team, because then you're reliant 100% on QSS, and if they all two people flash for you, and you QSS one spell, and then you can't QSS the other, and you're the carry on the team, you might get screwed over because of that. Obviously, you can play defensive and stay back the entire time, but if your team doesn't know how to play with that, which ends up being the case a lot when you're playing anything below Masters, even in Masters, like games I've had people not know how to play properly with Vayne on their team, then I wouldn't play Vayne into that. Especially if you're not doing, definitely just go Ezreal into like a CC comp, because not only is he flexible, but he can peel for himself. So you can more easily be assured that you can carry your team in these kind of situations.
Okay.
With Vayne, yeah, definitely you need communication and a lot of it. And then next question.
Alright, let's see. When should I... What are situations where it would... Like, I know you described the one where if they had, like, a heavy pushing mid, like a Nivea, when bot's pushing, it'd be better to go down there. Let's say your tower goes down, and then, like, their bot rotates mid, and then...
Your mid tower goes down or your bot tower goes down?
Like when your bot tower, like after you lose lane, let's say, like
Okay.
Like not lose, but like let's say like you get 4-manned and you have to back off, you lose the turret.
Yep.
Would I just try, like if they try to start rotating mid, would I just keep pushing bot and try to take the turret, or is it better to like follow them?
It's what you want to do in that situation, depending on how mobile they are as well. Shove it. You don't have to shove all the way to their tower unless their tower is about to die anyway. Then you can go for it. But if it's not, then if you can't kill the tower with one minion wave coming to it, then don't do it. What you want to do is make sure that you attack the minion wave enough so that it freezes. It freezes into like anywhere in this location, because that means your wave is going to start pushing down. Or if your wave ends up like freezing and meeting their wave at their tower, then your wave is gonna, their wave is gonna start pushing to you. And the reason you want to do that is because if you start having it shoved back to you, you're gonna make them lose gold. And since you guys should already be playing defensively because you're losing, it's more advantageous for you. You just need to make sure that your team doesn't get dove in a situation like that. So everybody has to worry. It wouldn't be really on you, but they should like be aware of how that kind of play style would work. So shoving up to there and then rotating and then staying mid for a few minutes, and then going back bottom, it would be the best way to play it if you're playing from behind, like you said. Because then you're safe to just go down and farm as soon as it shoves to you, and then come back to mid when you're done. Because with Vayne, you don't really want to... It's hard to team fight until you have at least 2 items. So once you have 2 items and then 2 SS on top of that, you're in a really good position to carry fights. It's just about positioning at that point.
Okay.
Does that make sense? That
Yep.
one clear enough?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to start fighting, especially if you don't have like first item done, or like your 2 SS or Phantom Dancer isn't done. You're not going to have that much damage.
Yeah, so if I'm like, if I don't even have like my item done, like if I don't have my core done, then I should just be like, I should just be telling my team I'm behind and I need to farm, so try not to fight.
Yeah, so just make sure you manipulate the wave so it pushes towards you. Or if your team is ahead, like, okay, this is another situation where if it's the same situation but your team is ahead, then it's fine if you start grouping with them and then have your wave start shoving towards their tower. Because that means if you're behind, that means their ADC is ahead. So if you force their ADC to go bottom, and you're behind and you're mid, and like your top laner, your mid laner, or your jungler is fed or ahead, then now you can capitalize on them being ahead and start shoving for objectives that way. That's another way to go about it. But if your team is even or behind, then just go ahead and have all the waves pushing to you. Hopefully that's another more specific example.
Yeah.
To follow up with that.
Yeah, definitely, because I've especially because I've been like smurfing lately, and I've just been noticing like there's always a fed person on my team or on their team, and I need to know when I should be where, because a lot of the times like I'll be randomly guessing, and then sometimes it's really good, and then sometimes it's really bad. But that definitely helps because now I'll be able to think about that when
Yeah.
the time comes.
So the simplest way to like put that into perspective is you want to waste whoever's fed on their team. You have to waste their time, or if your team's not doing well, what can you do to waste their team's time as much as possible for you guys to scale up? Because if you're playing Vayne, you're playing a scaling champion. You're not going to be the best level 1 or whatever level 6, but as soon as it keeps going like further and further into the game, and you guys still can keep your inhibs, then that's easier for you to start carrying at that point.
Okay.
Vayne is super slippery late game.
Also, what's your preference on Vayne builds? Like, is there a time you go different ones? Because I saw that Vayne's one of your most played.
Yeah, so I haven't played too much Vayne lately, at least not on my main, mostly on Smurf, because I've been playing with my duo friend, and I usually support him. But with Vayne builds, and he plays Vayne sometimes, usually, so if you can go back on BF Sword, do it. If you can't go back on BF Sword, usually PD is the way to go. You can also go BOTRK first, depending on how much you feel like you need to sustain in lane.
Okay.
And then, how okay you'll be without lifesteal and team fights. But maximum damage output is usually going PD. And if you go PD first, and then you can grab IE and Shiv afterwards, or QSS then Shiv. So that's your like most super damage build, but it's also the no lifesteal build. So you're kind of like in a riskier position. But if you can play it perfectly, like you have a good support who can be like utility for you and keep you alive. That's usually what most people end up going, because you have the maximum damage output, and that's usually what you want to go anyway.
So BF into double zeal item?
Yeah.
Okay. What about skill max preferences with that build? Do you just straight max silver bolts, or if you went BF first, do you go tumble?
If I get BF first, I go tumble. If I go PD first, then I grab silver bolts.
Okay. So So like, let's say you're in lane for a while and then you back. And you had like most of your zeal item? Would you get the BF and start the zeal item, or would you just go zeal item?
I get the BF.
Okay.
Just personal preference, though. I mean.
Yep.
Practice with builds, and see how they work out for you, and how you and your duo partner play. I'm not sure if you guys play all the time or whatnot.
Yeah, we play most of the time together. He's a Janna main mostly, though.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend Janna, especially versus their team. You guys did manage to get ahead, so you guys did play this lane pretty well. But if you're playing against somebody more competent than their bot lane, then Janna would be better, because you'd be playing utility versus utility, but you guys scale harder. So that's advantageous for you. But luckily they screwed up with Blitzcrank, so you guys got ahead that way. So yeah, with builds, definitely just experiment and see what works for you guys. Obviously you can vary on team comps like you did this game, and I completely support that. But yeah.
What about for Callista? Is it fine to blind pick her or pick her earlier, or should I if I have to pick safe?
Oh, if you want to pick safe, Lucian, Ezreal, or Callista's acceptable as well. Callista Alistar is usually one of the really strong combos right now, or Callista Janna. Just because level 6, you have so much more like CC potential.
Yeah.
It's definitely like a lot of team plays can be made, and a lot of like 4-man dives, like really easily with Callista. So if you play Callista, just make sure you're probably doing it with somebody, because it allows for
better ult initiates.
Yep. And then like the offhand thing that you should be practicing is just try to shot call for your team, because if you really know what the right decision is, in a lot of situations you can just carry your team by telling them, hey, you do XYZ, blah blah, you do XYZ, and usually your team will probably listen to you, especially if your KD's not negative.
And I definitely need to work on the shot calling.
I mean, it's just like another burden to put on yourself, but if you can do it, do it. you know, because
Makes games a lot easier if you do it.
yeah,
Cause when I used to main mid, like I used to do, I mained AP Ezreal until like Plat 3. I started playing like right at the beginning of season 3, and I mained it for like until mid season 5,
hmm
and I managed to make it to Plat 3, and I'm just like, this ain't working anymore.
yeah,
So then, I was like, because the only thing I was playing was I was playing Assassins, I was playing AP Ezreal, and I was just like, you know what? The game's not as fun for me anymore because every game is just like my team is just yelling at me because I picked AP Ezreal, and I'm just like,
oof,
yeah, I'll try something else. So then I swapped to carry, and I enjoyed it way more. It's a lot harder than mid was, but
yeah,
like it's also it feels so much better when you like it's more fun when you know what you're doing.
yeah. Like if you can get some of these satisfying Vayne plays out, it's usually like the best feeling in the world, especially when you get the penta, because you just like literally 1v5.
Oh yeah, when you get fed.
Oh yeah. Well, even if you don't get fed, but if you take advantage of some of the positions, like whatever the Baron fight here, and then
Yeah,
killed Ezreal, and then gone for a TF right after that,
yeah, I
then
could
if
have
you
definitely carried that fight.
yeah, you could have had a penta kill right there easily. There's just Ezreal's the biggest problem for you in this whole fight because he's already yeah go ahead because he hit up like his spike in his build.
He is already basically full build, and
Yeah,
I went like he has all damage items, and I have a Banshees and a QSS, so I have double defensive.
yeah. So in this situation, since they have like really divey kind of thing, Shiv or Runins would have been okay. I've
Does
started.
Runehead's work on Vayne?
Yeah, I've had success with it in some games that I've tried. Hasn't ever been bad, if that's what you're wondering. But I
No,
mean,
I'm thinking about it because Silverbolt does Runa. I thought Runehead's canceled Silverbolt, so I've never tried it though.
no, it doesn't.
Uh, okay.
So why I'm suggesting it is because like you can go ahead and in like the team fight you had like 5 people here all centered there. You had silver. Your Tunans could have just easily attacked other people and gotten extra damage off.
And if they crit, like I would have just deleted their team.
Yep.
Hmm. So, is there? You don't take rapid fire ever, right? You just usually go.
Okay. Yeah, I almost forgot about that item. Take that if you're playing against, maybe Xerath plus Malphite or Vi or something like that. Something that you really need distance to be able to do damage. Because if you ever get too close in those situations, you're screwed. Um, so versus poke comps and poke/CC comps, you wanna grab fire cannon just so you can stay back and be safer.
Okay, because like I know that because I was reading it up the other day, and I didn't realize rapid fire cannon couldn't crit, but Shiv could.
Yep.
So Shiv is more damage, but cannon is just safer, and it can proc on turrets, so it's good for sieging.
Yep. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just situational. Always like look for comps and how everyone's playing, and then choose your attack speed items around those. Prioritize around those.
I'm just happy it's not it's not old static Shiv because it was just a clear cut decision usually, just avarice into it.
Oh yeah, free gold. Why not? Yeah. All right. So then, do you have any other questions?
You were talking about Draven,
Mm,
Vayne's playstyle. I just wanted to know, like, how would you play that?
okay. So Draven. A lot of okay. So one of the things with Draven is DIing, direct inputting. So you have to make sure you're walking in the right distance as soon as you auto attack.
Oh,
So because that's where your axe is gonna land. That's like you decide where it lands based on where you input your movement to. So it would be I would call it like a harder version of Vayne because you're already thinking ahead of time. As soon as you auto attack, not next split second, you analyze where the 2 people in your lane are, and then you have to decide where you want your axe to land. Um, and around that, you can also like play and what do you call it, like play tricks with people, in the sense of okay, I'm gonna make my axe land in this position. They're gonna try to punish me for it, but they're also going to be in a shit position themselves or something like that, and then you go in and punish them for it. Whereas with Vayne, there's like a more basic version of that, of like you put yourself out in the open or you tumble prematurely to try to get them to engage in on you because you like pretend fucked up somewhere, but then you end up capitalizing on it because they end up going into position, but you like predict it ahead of time. If that makes any sense. If I want to like actually draw this out, it'd be something like they have Blitzcrank here or something, and then let's say Lucian in here, and then there's minion, 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 and then let's say I'm here, and then like my support is here. So in this situation, I'll say like I'll have Morgana or something. I'll auto like one of these minions, and then walk forward so that my axe lands here, and then Blitzcrank would like try to grab me or something here. I expect Morgana shield immediately, and then as soon as this goes down, he can't do anything to me. So Morgana can walk up, and then I can walk up, and then just deal damage solution. In this case, even though there's minions in the way, we win because Blitzcrank can't do anything in this situation. Besides try to knock up, but you have your spell shield on you still because there's no more magic damage being dealt to you. So it's a situation like this, or like if you're playing Vayne in this situation, and then maybe like tumble this way, or tumble this way, and then like Blitzcrank tries to capitalize on this, and then the same thing happens. You get Morgana shielded, and then now Blitzcrank can't do anything because he wasted a spell, and with Morgana you can start going up and being aggressive, because what are they going to do now if Blitzcrank has no pull and you still have spell shield on you? You guys win this kind of trade.
Okay, so I'm assuming, if I really think about it, Draven's really good with Morg because it makes him able to play aggro without being CC'd.
Yep. And I mean, it also works with Janna, but obviously this situation wouldn't apply. This is like super specific situation where you could go in if you and your support have good comms.
If I was playing with a random, I would never attempt that though, right?
Yeah, no. I wouldn't do it. No way. Unless you play the lane and then you see how they play and they actually understand how you play, based on you consistently play aggro and then they respond appropriately, then go ahead and you can try something like that, and you don't have to fully commit. You can try to trick them, but then you might get pulled. So always like try to avoid the pull, but by walking towards Morgana, so that even if she doesn't spell shield you, you try your best to avoid getting hooked. With Draven, you can do that more easily than you can with Vayne. With Vayne, you're pretty much like death marked unless you and Morgana have comms. Because with Draven, you can Bloodlust, I think that's his W, which is called a Blood Rush.
Yeah.
And you give yourself quick movement speed, and then you can dodge around on where your axe lands. Because usually people will hook you in the center of it, but if you use your W, you can speed yourself up like a tiny bit to like quickly jump up and then go back down and still grab your axe in time while dodging the hook. But it's like really micro in terms of these kind of situations if you're gonna play mind games with people.
Yeah.
But that's one situation theoretically. Hopefully that answered what you meant by it.
And then probably my last question is, I don't know when I should be warding for ganks. What are like good points where I should always be warding for gank?
Okay, so 7 minutes in, if she started blue or she started Gromp, that means she's gonna get blue around 7:20, 7:30, and if she's ahead, she's gonna be level 6 at that point. So that means if you guys are pushing up, you guys gotta watch out for the try here. if you're pushing up the tower, this is easy time for Shift to just ult over if you guys are too pushed up. Or warding in river at the at the 7-minute mark or 7:30 mark, in case Shift comes down from river, or from try if no one has anything warded up here.
So should I be warding earlier if I'm against someone else, say like Lee Sin?
Yeah. Versus, you always have to make sure you see where they start, because if you see them start whatever blue Gromp start, then you know they're gonna be over here by like 3 minutes 30 seconds, and then top lane by 4 minutes. So then,
Unless we get cheese ganked.
yeah, unless they go like before red or something, or they go down to bottom level 2, which is really rare because it's really hard to like successfully have that gank actually work. It's like rarely works. Level 2, so usually people don't waste their time doing it. So at least early game you can predict those timing. As soon as it gets like past 8 or 9 minutes, you usually lose the able to predict it unless you have deep wards already, and see where their jungler is moving to.
Alrighty.
Because after that, you should just be getting blue trinket and warding within their jungle anyway, and saying how their jungler is still clearing.
Should I encourage my teammates to get blue trinkets?
Not everyone.
Well, except jungler probably, or support because of sweeper.
I find it more useful for top lane to stay on yellow. Mid can get blue or stay on yellow, and jungle, sweeper, or if they have the jungle item for warding, they can stay on that and then stay with sweeper. And then you can get blue trinket because you need it like 100%. You'd never want to face check and push. And then you support on sweeper. So usually you have at least 1 or 2 yellow trinkets on the team, depending on like if your mid has escape or not. And if he has an escape, that's fine for him to stay on yellow trinket. If he doesn't, usually I find blue trinket's better because you don't face check and die.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That should be it for me.
Okay, cool. If you have any other questions, message me on Skype and try to answer them for you.
Alright.
Sounds good.
We'll probably get another lesson sometime soon, so.
Alright, man. Sounds
Beer.
good. Just or message me on League and we'll schedule something.
Alrighty.
Sounds
Have a good one, dude. Later.
Alright, see you later.